April 4th, 1961. In Newcastle, the suburbs are calm, dark, cars occasionally driving by, the streetlights have just come on. We trundle down the lane to a cozy little house, shutters drawn, roof recently retiled. Mary.
Yes?
What are you doing on this lonely spring night?
I'm mopping the kitchen, just cleaning it up. I haven't mopped it in a couple days, so I figure I might as well do it again. Everything else is pretty tidy. I've just been cleaning to keep my mind off of things.
But things seem to come to you, don't they?
They sure do.
Headlights roll through the windows, coming into your driveway. David must be home from work.
He must be. Of course, he's coming back from work. That's where he should have came from. And Mary clutches her mop handle and sinks to the ground and is just overcome with sadness. And she just starts crying.
The car engine does not turn off, but a door opens and shuts. The lights are still shining.
He brought her, didn't he?
The doorbell rings.
Mary's surprised, and she gets up, and she kind of wipes the tears off her face and goes over to the door.
You open the door. You see, standing there, under the porch lights, is a teenage girl. 17 years old, kind of thin, petite, round face, bright eyes, blonde hair. You recognize her as the daughter of your friend Florence. Her name is also Mary. And she's got a backpack on. She looks a little like trying to smile, but not exactly sure what expression she should be wearing. She goes, hi, Mrs. Gallagher.
Hi, Mary. What are you doing here?
My mom said you would need a babysitter for Nancy and Danny, and I've just got some homework to do, so I thought I could offer. And
I don't need a babysitter.
Oh, they disagree. And the car horn beeps twice, and you see Florence lean out of the driver's window and say, Mary, come on, we're going out.
I can't go right now.
Bonnie leans out of the passenger window and she goes, we are getting you out of that house if we have to drag you.
Just give me like a minute. And she goes back in the house to return the cleaning supplies, at least to a corner where they won't, maybe dump out the mop, change into something quickly, probably change like her overdress or whatever, and heads out to the car.
When you come back down, you see Mary has already joined Nancy and Danny in the living room and has set up her homework and waves at you, goes out and just like, in bed by 9. Don't worry. I got it.
Thank you, Mary. Nancy, Danny, be good, okay?
Okay, Mom. Yeah, Mom.
And I go outside.
Your friends, Bonnie, Florence, and Janet, take you out to a club. They know that you love music, hoping to help calm you down. They're very chittery and chattery in the car ride over. They're upbeat, happy, trying to, they can tell that you have just been crying, and they're trying to make you forget that is true. You get to the club, we flash forward through a couple drinks, and we come in just as Bonnie is saying, and I know that this is difficult and it's a difficult time, but David is a good man. He's a good man, Mary. And Florence leans over and goes, but the important part of that sentence is he's a man. He can't control himself. You know he loves you. Don't let this ruin your marriage. Come on.
I'm not letting it ruin my marriage. It's just a lot, okay? I mean, it's out of nowhere. I mean, it's just surprising. It's just shocking. And you're right. He makes mistakes.
The bar goes into applause for the singer that is just leaving stage. It's a duo, husband and wife duo, with a guitar and a keyboard heading off. The next one starts coming in from the wings, just a lone man carrying a guitar. And Lucy leans in and is like, not ruining. You haven't left your house in weeks. I mean, you've shut yourself in there like a tomb. It's not healthy. You need sunlight.
It takes some time, to let the heart heal. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, this is really nice. This is a really nice thing. And you know what? Maybe we just need to do more of these kinds of things.
Bonnie says, it's taken enough time. We'll go out more. Just the four of us, get away from all those things, all those
men.
And as you're laughing, they've finally gotten you to chuckle. The man on stage starts singing, and his voice instantly enraptures the entire building. He is late 20s, fair-skinned, somewhat tanned, thick beard, comes to a point, and as your eyes rise up to the stage, you decide internally, with no hesitation, this is the most beautiful man you have ever seen in your life.
This is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life.
He starts playing. It's just him on a guitar, an acoustic guitar, and singing. The most beautiful voice you've ever heard in your life. The lyrics don't even matter. You're hearing it resonate in your chest, and he seems to be harmonizing with himself, singing a song of lost love, hopes dashed and made anew.
It's beautiful.
And Florence kind of tries to pull you in, is like, so the thing I want to know is, like, do you even know this woman? Like, have you seen her? Do you know, is it one of his coworkers? Is it someone he knows?
Wait, isn't this, do you hear this?
They'll kind of stop and listen, and the music swells, the voices grow in chorus. He's singing to you, Mary. You feel it from your chest up to your mind, the words melting into your skin. Why should you stay and make things right? You deserve better. Don't you want to live for yourself? When are you finally going to live for yourself?
Do you hear this? He's like singing about me.
Janet and them are kind of like, I mean, it's just a love song, honey.
No. How does he know that? She kind of just like leans forward on the table and continues to watch. And she can't think about anything else except that she needs to meet this person.
And after the show you do, we flash forward again. A whirlwind of musical performances, late nights stolen away from the children, dates out on the town, feeling like you've never felt before. And we cycle up all the way to the two of you at a fancy candlelit dinner. His plate is full, yours is half empty, your wine as well, compared to his. He takes one of your hands in both of his and says, Mary, you've been so wonderful, and I can see such hurt in your heart. I want to give you what you deserve. I want to give you everything you've ever wanted. Music, money, freedom. He leans in so that no one else can hear and says, all of it can be yours if you just fake your death.
Fake my death?
He kind of like gestures for you to keep it down so the restaurant doesn't hear. And then he nods and he says, a fresh start, a new escape from all of this. You would be beholden to no one. All you would have to do is sing and love me.
She thinks on this, but the answer is already clear in her head. And she says yes. I'd love to.
Welcome to Forever, Songbird.
Holy shit! Whew!
The city erupted into an ocean of light.
You good?
I'm fine. What's an oculus?
Good evening, travelers, and welcome to the court of the Jester Princes. I am your storyteller, Jonas Tintenseher, and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade, Midnight Gravity. Joining me tonight, Andrew Frost.
Hello. My name is Antonio Stregano. Nice to meet you. That's it again.
Rachel Kordell.
My name is Mars, and tonight's song is Unforgettable by Nat King Cole.
Casey Reardon.
I will be playing Mathias Wilson. And are you thirsting for a Thurston fact?
I-
Oh, I'm parched, baby.
Well, did you know that Howard Thurston ran away from home at an early age, riding the rails, and nearly became a criminal? But he managed to stay out of an institution because he said that he found religion.
Oh.
Yeah.
We know what
Fucking
Mathias' plan is if he ever gets caught.
Well, boys will be boys, and at least he found God. Get him out of here.
There are a couple of quotes from like the authorities on him, and one of them says, I really think this guy is redeemable, but he's the roughest case I've ever seen.
Seth Coveyou
I play Timothy Foster.
and Sky Swanson.
Continuing our facts on mouth brooding,
Oh,
some
why?
fish
Can we
have
not?
evolved ways
Let him
of
talk.
exploiting the mouth brooding of other species. These fish will swoop in as the mouth brooding fish is laying its eggs, eat the eggs, and then simultaneously replace the original eggs with their own. Then the mouth brooding fish will collect the new eggs and incubate them without ever realizing. One species that does this is the cuckoo catfish.
It's like the Angelina Jolie movie.
I'm cuckoo for caviar.
Yeah.
Doesn't the bird cuckoo also do something similar?
I think so.
That's what cuckoo means in Latin.
That's a
is,
cowbird.
Egg in
It's a
mouth.
cowbird.
It's a
you're thinking
cowbird
of.
does that? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, cowbird are a parasitic bird.
Oh my
that-
gosh.
Will basically kick
Save
the
it.
eggs.
No bird facts. Only fish facts.
Oh, you're right. I'm
Bird facts
terrified
are
of
not
birds.
allowed.
Fuck birds. Fuck the cowbirds.
That's for the next mainline game.
Look up. They're cool though. Look up cowbirds. But Reggie hates them. Fuck cowbirds.
Last time on Midnight Gravity, you received a mystical tarot reading from one Runa Roth, discussed the possibilities surrounding what they identified as the Oculus, which is apparently here in Seattle, had a little conversation with a haunted van, and were called to meet with one Vivian Oh, the Malkavian primogen of Seattle, at the request of, or via the request, it was Mathias. Mathias brought everyone here.
Hi.
And upon entering her studio apartment, you found that she had pushed all of her furniture aside to build a massive wall-to-wall sand mandala showing the center of your domain being struck by lightning. What do you do?
I'm gonna just real fast text Pox and just be like, hey, we might be get struck by lightning soon. Just get your surge protectors ready.
You get a text back that's like, it's just emojis, but it's like storm cloud, thumbs up, dancing person.
Great, thanks, Pox.
After Rune's text about "Are you okay?" and the card reading, she's going to like stealthily kind of take out her phone and take a picture of this and try to send it to them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Snap a picture, try and get as good angle as you can with the lighting. Vivian right now is... Oh, I should have used the break to look up what the hell she's wearing. Vivian is standing on an armchair right now, kind of leaning over, making sure... She looks kind of like a gargoyle perched up there, like trying to figure out, like, okay, where's the next piece? Where's the next piece? And she kind of, like, looks up at you guys all... Like, she told you not to step on anything. You guys are kind of skirting around the end. She's like, come on, come inside. Close the door.
Doing our best, we squeeze in and close the door without touching anything, I guess.
Yeah. Why doesn't everyone, just for funsies, why doesn't everyone give me a little dexterity composure roll? And I'm gonna say this is one success difficulty. You just need to not completely bork it.
I have a ton of dexterity. This should be fine.
Dex composure?
Yes, please.
My first roll.
Ooh, nice crit, Casey.
Yeah, I got a crit. That's a 6 for me.
That's awesome. I mean, that makes sense. You've been here before. You've dealt with her.
Yeah, I've dealt with this before.
I got a 3.
All right, Timothy got 1. Reggie got 4. All right, great. You're all fine. Oh, Mars almost failed, but we got 4.
That's a crit.
Mars crit too.
It's 4. Yeah, it's several crits in here, which is kind of pretty funny. So Timothy is the least balanced in this moment, but even he is able to at least not kick the sand and manages to skirt around the edge through the furniture. Vivian kind of like nods, just looking, is like, duh. The bedroom's clear. Go circle around that way. I'll be right in.
I thought you said this was a studio.
She points to. Oh, right. There's no walls. I know how studios work.
So screen partition.
There's
there's
a
a divider. Yeah.
Oh, great.
She's like oh, it's clear behind the curtain. Go.
A rich fellow doesn't know about studio apartments.
You never lived in a studio, my lord.
I think Reggie was already like crouched on a chair looking over the Mandel, like eyes just glued to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just under their breath, they just mumble out, "Such colors play along these sand, bring about the call of guiding hands." And then moves into the bedroom.
No,
Okay.
that was weird.
Oh,
Just more Reggie being weird.
that's
Sweet.
weird.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Reggie, as you're moving past Vivian, you hear her muttering under her breath, and she's just saying like, "Where's it coming from? Where is it coming from? Where is it going? Where's the light? Where's the dark? Where is it coming from?" No one else hears this as you move past her.
Would Reggie chime in? I don't know if Reggie would.
I think probably not, but you do hear it.
I think Reggie... Yeah, well, Reggie also knows who this person is, right?
You don't recognize her except that you saw her face rushing at you about 30 minutes ago.
I think Reggie would just kind of like mutter to them as she's moving past and just kind of say, I found it. It's best to focus on where it's going. And then kind of goes into the... quickly goes into the... behind the curtain into the bedroom.
Her head whips towards you and just follows you going like a hawk. Doesn't say anything else.
I hate birds.
Yeah. You guys head in there, and you see a figure lying on the bed. They have like leather pants, leather belt kind of cross sort of thing happening on their torso, no shirt. Their skin appears to be some glitter across their torso, like pink and gold glitter.
Pink?
They're pink, yes, pink for the pink boys.
Thank you. Appreciate
We
it.
got one!
And there's like a long yellow coat that is like hanging on the side of the bedpost, and they're taking the most like just sad, hand on cheek, leaning on the bed kind of pose. And as your visage goes up, you see like their skin is kind of mottled and gray, and their head is this horrifically lumpy, deformed gargoyle head with like sharp teeth poking out, an upturned nose, long kind of pinhead sort of skull extension, goblin ears. You recognize, all of you, what would be a Nosferatu, a vampire cursed with a monstrous appearance.
Do I know this particular Nosferatu?
You very specifically don't.
Oh, all right.
And as you come in, they kind of look at all of you and they mutter something in a language you don't understand, unless anyone speaks Korean.
I had a feeling.
Nope.
That's gonna be a no from me.
Unfortunately, no.
They just mutter something that sounds kind of sorrowful, and you're like, okay, how do we talk to this person? A minute later, Vivian kind of leaps in off of a chair, like a mouse, or a cat, more cat-like in fact, and she kind of draws her shawl sleeve thing around herself and says, okay, thank you all for coming. Matthias, it's good to see you as always. The rest of you, Mars, Timothy, Antonio, I don't think I recognize this one.
That doesn't matter.
That's Reggie.
Reggie. They start peering at you. Reggie, I'm going to need you to roll some dice.
Oh, can't wait to fail more dice rolls.
Have we met this person before?
It's up to you whether you have met them specifically. They are a primogen, so you have seen them at Elysium, probably has
Okay.
talked to them at least once or twice. Timothy, you probably have not talked to her, but you have seen her at like a meeting.
Agreed.
Getting some defining characteristics. Love it.
All right, what am I rolling?
Composure plus subterfuge.
Okay, then. And then just for sake of the scene, Reggie still has that bandage around their head, which is like running through their hair, causing their hair to like poof up on top a little bit. And they just look disheveled. They're in Antonio's shirt as well. Was that just a white shirt you gave me, or did that have like a design on it?
It's just like a white t-shirt.
Okay.
It was a Care Bear shirt.
It's probably a black shirt, if I may say. White for vampires is a high risk of bloodstains, and especially Antonio working with corpses.
Oh,
It was an undershirt.
Unless
it's an
Antonio
undershirt.
is very confident that he would never spill a drop.
Morticians are
Oh,
a
he's
lot
confident.
like chefs, where they wear the white, and the fact that it's so clean shows how skilled they are at their job.
I mean, that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
that is a trait that vampires
That's
share with
cool.
chefs as well.
Reggie
so-
isn't skilled at their job. Anywho,
It's already covered in blood.
there's already a bit of blood on it from the head wound.
Yeah, exactly. Just right down on
Yeah.
the chest.
All right, subterfuge. I've got 2 in that. We got this. Composure's a 1. Here we go.
Bestial
There
failure.
it is.
Incredible.
There it is.
Zero successes.
A bestial failure, in fact.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Man.
Not only
This is
did you
gonna go
fail,
so well.
you super failed.
Wow.
You failed uphill.
Reggie, So a couple things happen at once. First, this woman glares at you, and there's no, like, specific impulse or feeling to that, except that, like, oh, a person with authority is looking directly at me, and she doesn't seem happy. Uh-oh. So there's that initial fight or flight response. Then there is the welling of blood within your stomach as your beast rises to the forefront, and you hear it growling in a voice that is familiar, not too friendly, that kind of begins to trigger feelings of fear and panic in you. And the voice says, "Ah, wouldn't it be so nice if you just tipped right over the edge right now? What if you just bit her head off and drank down all that lovely red inside? Don't you just want to suck it all up, you little shit? Come on, act like an animal. You are one."
I think Reggie just snaps at her in that moment and is just like, "Don't you fucking judge me."
She reels back a little bit and she nods, and she does not, her expression does not change. She does not respond to that outburst. Again, no one else heard that. That was just this voice in Reggie's head. And the third thing that happens is that her hair, just the tips of her hair, start to rise slightly as if she is about to be struck by lightning herself. Just a brief little, like, they rise up and fall. It's not a constant thing, just a little static electricity in the air. Reggie, answer some questions for me, if you would.
Aye, aye, Captain.
First of all, what is your emotional state right now?
Scared like an animal cornered.
Oh.
Have you committed diablerie in the last year? Have you cannibalized another vampire?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't know. Has Reggie? I'm gonna go with yes.
No, you haven't.
Oh, I was like, what? What?
That
Well,
would be a great way to end Reggie right now.
He's been a vampire for a year, so
The question is, Sky, do you want to keep playing Reggie right now?
I think I've eaten a couple of vampires at this point.
that Methuselah thirst. It's strong.
No,
Strong.
Reggie has not cannibalized any vampires.
And how long have you been a vampire, Reggie?
I have been a vampire for, I think, 11 months.
How many people have you killed in that time, Reggie?
6,000.
Oh my God, you're busy.
I set off
But none of them
a
vampires.
series of nuclear bombs in Canada. Wiped out the West Coast.
6,000 is pretty low for a series of
Yeah.
nuclear bombs.
There's not a lot of people in the West Coast of Canada.
Of Canada, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think they've killed 4 people in the last year.
4? Okay. And have you seen anything tonight that unsettles you?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things tonight that have unsettled me. A couple birds, a couple of explosions of high-rise
Yep.
buildings, the sun, and
A Korean woman?
Timothy's, horrific stare towards me as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aw,
Okay.
they remembered my stare.
Her hair drops and she goes, "Reggie, nice to meet you." Turns back to Mathias. Again, her expression does not change. She says, "So, I was going to call you, Mathias, for help with this. I just needed somewhere that," she gestures to the man on the bed, "he could lie low for a few nights while we work things out. But then, well, I'm assuming everyone here got the same text."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't.
We did. We knew a little beforehand, too.
Right, you guys.
We were supposed to meet tonight.
So now the timeline has been shifted and we need to deal with this before Elysium.
I'm sorry,
if
deal
possible.
with what, V?
She turns to the man. She says something in Korean. They have a brief conversation. And then she turns back and she says, "Okay, Do any of you guys know Seo-jun-sun?
I mean,
I know of him.
we've passed by in a recording studio like once recently, but other than that, no.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Tonight's your lucky night. Gestures to the man on the bed and says, "Here is Seo-jun-sun, K-pop artist extraordinaire."
What?
What?
Yeah, so 2 nights into the start of his tour here in Seattle, he got jumped by some asshole Nas, embraced him, obviously illegally, and now not only is his face ruined, but I don't have the time to deal with this because I'm a primogen and I need to be dealing with the cross situation. So, there's no one to call a blood hunt because the prince is dead, but you need to figure out who did this and kill or stake him before Elysium. And before you ask any other questions, know there's no one else who can do it.
Can I like whisper to Vivian?
Yes?
Does he speak English?
No.
Fuck.
He leans up a bit, he puts up a thumbs up, and he just goes, yes.
I thumbs up right back. Yay.
She's like, he's got a couple. I mean, he's not conversational. He knows English. He can probably understand English better than he can speak it, but yeah.
Okay, but are you at least going to be able to help us get some information from him?
Oh, that's why I'm here. Yes, to translate.
Okay, great.
So, so you can ask any questions you like. He will speak and she will translate. He does look like a horrific monster right now, but his expression is just utter boredom. He's not even like traumatized by this. He's just more like, this is such an inconvenience.
The amount that pisses me off.
Yeah. So whatever you'd like to ask him or Vivian on other questions, of course, she might have insight on Cross, the Oculus, the Visions. So whatever you guys want to ask, feel free.
Okay. I think Mars is like mostly just like staring at him, like drop jaw, like, I am so happy I'm a Toreador.
Uh-huh.
But just like, again, that's not a verbalized thought, but it's just kind of like, oh my god.
Yeah, despite you not being a K-pop fan, Mars, when Vivian introduces and says, this is Seo-jun-sun, you do hear like some of his music playing in your head.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure I've heard it like, around.
It just kind of comes up unbidden and starts just basically going through his whole album.
Oh, great.
His solo album, yep.
Perfect.
Can you describe who it was at the very least? Were they alone?
So they talk a little bit. She translates. He says, I mean, obviously it's a Nos. He says they looked kind of like a wax doll. They were sort of melted flesh, stringy hair, kind of a chin that had been punched too many times.
Okay, good. A Nosferatu. We have that.
And teeth, rotten teeth.
Where did this happen?
He says he was in his hotel room, went outside to meet with some fans that had come to the bottom of the hotel and got jumped, basically, and dragged away.
In which hotel?
The Pacific Coast Hotel. It's near Lumenfield, a couple blocks south of Pioneer Square.
Were there witnesses, like the fans?
He doesn't know. You understand, something of a traumatic experience for him.
Sure, but this could also just be a pretty big breach if other people saw it.
Exactly.
Yes, you understand why we need to solve this quickly.
I mean, I guess, how close were they to actually seeing their fans? Like, getting out of an elevator?
He says he made the meet and greet and was going to head back inside, so
post...
maybe they were close by, but...
Post fans.
Not necessarily, yeah.
Oh.
Post fans, but not necessarily out of the woods.
They probably got it on video at the hotel.
That's possible, and that's a danger.
If he didn't delete it, he's
See,
a Nos, remember?
What I'm thinking is, this is a very high-profile target. It'd be dumb to do this. Do you think they knew about Cross before anyone else?
I don't know if we can consider this necessarily related yet.
When was he turned?
She says that Seo-jun was embraced, let's see, it's Thursday morning right now, so like Sunday night.
No, okay. Timeline doesn't add up. It's still
No.
very bold.
Sorry, this was inside the hotel?
Outside, in the alley.
Outside in the alley.
So just out of curiosity, Jonas, with the location of the hotel, is that anyone's like region in particular that we would know of?
The location given is in Ventru territory.
Hmm.
I don't think it would be, there wouldn't be a specific person attached to it. It's just Ventru hunting grounds.
It would be Prince Cross.
Prince Cross is the leader, of course. Any other venture in the city are also hunting there. So this would be, in addition to an unlawful embrace, it is illegal according to the Camarilla.
It's cross-hunting territory.
It's also poaching.
Yeah.
How close to my haven? Because my haven is in that area.
Not too close. Not like very close.
Okay.
It's closer to where Mathias's haven is. A little southwest of where Mathias's haven is.
Mm-hmm.
As this conversation is going on, Reggie, she does keep looking back at you. She doesn't say anything to you, but she just keeps throwing you these sidelong glances while she's talking or while someone is asking a question. And every time she does that, you hear her whispering in your ear, even though her mouth doesn't move. And it's always just this little sentence fragment. It's just like, who's that kid? Sees the sun. Cross.
I think Reggie is calmed down a little bit, is sitting kind of on the side of the bed right now and is looking at this person that was also, is looking at this person that was wrongfully turned, illegally embraced. And they keep hearing these little whispers, and I feel like they're still on that kind of edge, and they just kind of snap. And while everyone's in mid-conversation, Reggie just goes, "Stop!" And then just kind of stands up, looks around, clutches their little notebook, and kind of exits the curtained area to try and find like a bathroom to just escape for a moment too.
Okay, yeah, you slip out of the curtain. Vivian says, don't screw up my mandala. And you creep around the edges on furniture and get to the bathroom.
Yeah. Vivi, is there anyone that we should know about who is either new in town or would want to do this?
If I knew that, would I be asking you?
Well, you're asking us to hunt them down. I'm just trying to find a lead.
I got no clue. Try talking to some Nos. You know them, right? You got one hanging out in Magnolia?
Yeah, we know some.
Leslie might know. Wart is probably tied up with the cross stuff just like me, so I wouldn't bother him, but...
What about Madre?
Madre?
He's a venture, right?
Yeah. He doesn't stay in town, though. He's got his place out in Issaquah.
Yeah. No, Abigail wouldn't be involved.
Who found him? Like, who found him and brought him in?
I had a hunch.
Oh.
And I posed as a local record label looking to sign a deal. Went to his hotel. He was locked up in his room. Got my way past security and talked to him about what needed to be done.
So did he make his way back to his room for the transformation and everything?
Yeah, according to him, he woke up. The Nos stuff doesn't always kick in immediately. So he
You mean there's still a chance?
There's still a chance. According to him, he woke up, was obviously hazy, stumbled back to his room, probably tried to feed on someone, was manhandled away, and then a couple nights went by. He was trying to figure stuff out, woke up looking like this. That's when I found him.
So you found him a couple days later is what you're saying?
Yeah, two nights after he was embraced, I found him, and I brought him here.
How to deal with the hunger?
I've got people coming in. I got cycles.
All right, good.
Interns. I don't think he's killed anyone. Have you killed anyone? He holds up a thumb and goes, yes! and she's like, no. And then she says it again in Korean, and he goes, oh, no.
All right, that's good.
Okay, well, at least we have a place to start with the hotel for now, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's a lead.
We could split up, too. Someone goes in and asks about some Nos in the area who might be dumb enough or bold enough to do something this stupid.
Yeah.
And the rest check out the hotel, or we can stick together.
It's very close to daylight, though.
Yeah, as Antonio points out, it's getting close to 3:30. It is February in Seattle, so it's going to be a later morning, but nighttime hours are beginning to wane. You've got probably 3 or 4 hours left before sunrise.
I mean, I can put some feelers out during the day at the very least. I have some people I can contact.
I can maybe... Would it be unreasonable to, stay the night at the hotel and just get started early?
To stay the day at the hotel?
That's what I said.
Well, one of those is much easier to...
You know what I mean. Stay the day...
Explain to a concierge.
Yeah, stay the day at the hotel. Book a room is what I'm saying, and then when night falls, begin.
Yeah, you could get a head start that way, sure.
Yeah.
You'd have to bring some blackout curtains.
Yeah.
Which you guys have. Someone has, for sure.
Would anybody like to stay the night at this hotel with me, and then we can just get started early?
Seems like a good idea.
I might need to do a little prep beforehand anyway, so I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay.
Probably don't want me there, so I'll probably just go find a place to crash.
Reggie, you can come stay.
Reggie, that is a place to crash.
That's exactly. It is a place to crash.
I can't really afford a hotel.
No, I'm Reggie, I'm booking the room for myself. You can come crash on the couch. How's that?
Sounds good. Yeah. Couches.
Great.
Here, I'll come too if you want to get a double.
Yeah, sure. And then
Okay.
You're coming too, Timothy?
I'll see you guys at sunset.
All right.
Okay.
sure.
See you at dusk.
I do want to ask though about this mandala. Does it have anything to do with this at all, or is that a different project?
She says, "Oh, yes, I should probably tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this, and I'm not sure what it means yet. I don't think it's literal."
Well, that's a relief.
I text Pox. False alarm. Might not be literal. Thunderstorm.
She's like, "No, real alarm! It just hit!" Ah. No, actually, she does. No, she just sends a gift back of like a cartoon character getting zapped and their bones showing.
Texting Pox is so much fun.
She's great. And Vivian says, "But it's what clued me in that I should ask you."
Yeah.
I don't know what that means yet, but
Pretty good clue.
It seems that we might be at the center of this for some reason.
oh, what's that?
I mean, just look at what happened when we were supposed to have a meeting with Cross. Listen, you're more of one for metaphor and thing like that than I am, but
Are you trying to conceal the existence of the note and the staking from Vivian Oh?
I'm at least not bringing it up.
A lie of omission. Go ahead and roll charisma subterfuge, Mathias.
All right.
To lie to your longest, most trusted ally.
I'm not lying.
It's a lie of omission. We already went over this.
It's not gonna go well, I can tell you that.
5 successes is not
That's
bad.
not too shabby.
Nice.
Holy crap.
The dice know.
Oh, she got 4.
She did get 4. She's going to spend some willpower and reroll.
Well,
Why? Loser?
because she wants to know.
They don't get
And she knows me
willpower.
well enough.
That's not fair.
All right.
Okay, she's at 5 successes. She'll stop there. I'm not gonna make her roll over. So I think she knows that Mathias is holding something back, but she's not gonna press right now. And you know the look in her eyes that's like, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
But she's like, so I know. I mean, I'm giving. This isn't an order. I'm not forcing you guys to do this.
No, we know.
But I do think you're the best ones for this job, and it does need to happen before Elysium. With Cross out of the picture, we cannot have a rogue Nos running around causing trouble, making masquerade breaches. That is priority number 1.
Right.
I'm counting on all of you. If you do this, I'll owe you. Okay? And that is a big deal for her to say.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Tremendous deal.
I'm pretty sure there's no way I could ever make up for and you having owed me, but fine.
Aww. She reaches out, she like very condescendingly pats Mathias' cheek and says, "Don't say never. We're immortal."
Mars will take the favor. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll take it too.
Great. You guys, any other questions or you guys head out?
No.
Hey, Tim.
No.
I think Reggie wants to get out of there as quick as possible.
Absolutely. As you're all heading out, she goes, "Mathias, one more thing." And pulls you back. Waits for the rest of you to get out of earshot. Although if anyone would like to eavesdrop, you may
Hi.
attempt to roll. Okay, roll
I
some
think-
wits awareness.
Antonio might linger a bit too.
I'd like to use my heightened senses, please.
You sure can. So that adds 1 die per dot of auspex you have, which I think is 1.
Currently.
That's not fair. You can't do that.
We'll call this a difficulty 3 because she's trying not to be eavesdropped on, but she's not like it is a studio. So
I don't think Reggie does. I think Reggie just gets out of there as quick as possible.
Reggie, you get out of the entire apartment and you hear the entire conversation from her side.
What was the difficulty?
3.
3.
Lame. I'm
You
using my
can willpower.
Okay.
You know willpower?
I got a messy critical.
Yeah, you did. What does that mean for you right now?
You mess up the thing.
Mess up the Mandela.
Yeah, I think Antonio, you're gonna just like again, you're gonna hyper fixate on this and just slowly move out of the room and just drag your feet through the whole thing and screw it up for her. Reggie, I'll take it back slightly. You don't hear the whole conversation, but you do again start to hear these snippets enough that you can sort of piece together that she's talking about you.
Oh, good.
And Mathias, she says to you, "Mathias, how long have you been hanging out with a fledgling Malk? And you didn't tell me?"
Yeah, I was gonna tell you about it. This is me telling you about it right now.
It's fine. This is a stressful situation, and I'm not trying to make it worse for you. I just want to know, do I need to help them? Are they okay? Do they have a place to stay? Have they killed anybody recently?
They've been kind of crashing with us for the time being. If we could find them a more permanent situation, that would be great, but...
Do they know their sire?
I haven't gotten too much information from them on that, but I have a feeling it was not the best siring.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think we got off on the wrong foot. I think they tapped into the cobweb while they were here, and I'm not going to push him. So, if he needs help interpreting any visions or anything like that,
I'll send him your way.
tell him he can come to me.
Yeah.
And Mathias, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean it.
Of course. Anything be.
I don't know what's about to happen in this city, but I'm going to need you for it.
Yep. Great. Love that. Let me ask you a question, Jonas.
Yes.
Am I right in thinking that it's probably, like, it's not, like, I don't know if Reggie was unlawful or not, but it feels like that to Mathias because he doesn't know Reggie's situation at all.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking it's not the best idea to say that to a primogen, even if she is a really close friend?
You probably wouldn't want to say that to just anyone. Vivian specifically, you know, she doesn't actually care about the laws of the Camarilla as such. Like, she cares. She follows them. But her primary concern is and has always been Malkavians.
Right, okay.
And if she could help a Malkavian and bend a law for them, she would.
In that case, I might voice... Mathias, like, would probably voice in the... although I don't know for certain it's possible it could have been an unlawful embrace. Like, he would have told her that then.
She'll say, like, she never got announced. Like, I've never seen that Malk before in my life.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything from them, from their head, which is strange. So, unless they're in from out of town, it must have been an unlawful embrace. And she doesn't know more than that.
Okay.
And she nods and lets you go. And her head turns, and no one knows except for her, but her head turns toward the wall, and if we had x-ray vision, we could see that she is looking straight at Reggie.
I think Reggie doesn't understand why, but he's making eye contact with her.
Yes. Oh, excellent. Love that.
What did Mars hear of that conversation?
Yes, Mars and Antonio, 3 successes, you hear pretty much the whole thing.
Sick.
Maybe a few mumbled words, but basically, you hear, like, how long have you been hanging out? Why didn't you tell me? Thank you. If they need help, send them my way, and I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you.
Ah, shit, sorry about the sand.
Yeah. You guys all head out. Mars, Antonio, and Reggie will crash at this hotel.
I think by the time they leave the apartment, Reggie is gone.
Okay.
Doesn't even get in the...
Doesn't get in the van, just hits the street.
Reggie did go out ahead of you guys, yeah.
How do you slip by Timothy?
Reggie did go out first. Do we want to make this a contest? Stealth versus awareness?
I mean, Timothy, if you want, we head down together and Reggie just starts walking.
Okay, yeah.
Like away from the building. And if you stop them, you would have to grab them to stop them, but you could call out to them.
I start walking with you.
Reggie is heads down right now. They barely even notice that you're walking with them. They're just like, they've got their backpack on, they're clutching that little notebook a little too hard, and are just kind of marching off into the night.
Hey, dude. Where are you going?
I'm sorry. Hey, Tim. I think I'm just gonna find my own way tonight and find my, I don't want to be burdened, and I can't deal with all this right now. But I'll be back tomorrow.
I know this is hard, and I know it's scary. You can't be on your own. Not just yet.
I have been for a long time, and I will. I don't need a babysitter.
I'm not your babysitter.
Please. I just need to get my head straight right now. And I just gotta go, okay? Tim, please, they're almost down the stairs. I just gotta go, okay? I gotta go. And Reggie starts, like, walking away from you. And unless you grab them and stop them, they're just gonna peel off into the night.
Timothy watches as they run away.
Yeah, I think Reggie just books it. It's not a walk. It's not a slow walk. It's just a panicked run into the night.
Mm-hmm. And So Matthias, Mars, and Antonio, you guys will come down to see Timothy standing in the street. Reggie, let me ask you a question before you run off another night. Did you drink that blood bag that Antonio gave you?
Did Antonio give me a blood bag in the car?
He did bring one. I think he put it in your lap.
It would be in his backpack, but he didn't drink it yet.
Okay.
As they're leaving the building, Mars is texting her other coterie to say that she'll be spending the night elsewhere. Just letting them know.
We're just the side coterie.
You get some text back that is just like, ooh, who with?
It's like, no, it's a little bit more serious.
It's a work friend.
It's work stuff.
Ooh, with pants to Antonio. Not blinking.
I would say something like prim biz or something like that. Like,
got it.
Yeah, because they know I have this meeting, so
sure.
And they know that the prince is dead, so.
They do now, yes. Yeah, so I think Venus is the one that texts back that, like, ooh, who with? You're like, no, it's prim biz, and Mercury goes like, all right, stay safe.
The drummer's the only one who couldn't figure out that the prince is dead from the text.
Oh my god, is that it?
No, I'm kidding.
It would be.
No,
it would be her. There's two. Anyway.
Like, how do you get a drummer to get off of your porch?
How?
You pay for your pizza.
Oh god.
I like that one.
Nice.
But yeah, thank you.
Last thing here, I just want to wrap up. Just as you guys come down, you see Timothy, you don't see Reggie. What does that conversation look like?
He looks up from the phone. Our ride. Looking to Matthias and Antonio. Like standing with us, and I look around, I'm like, the ride? Like, where's our key holder?
Probably downstairs.
Just look down the street, see if I see anyone.
Wait, what? You two should know anyway. Why didn't you all walk out together?
Don't leave our friends behind?
Well, clearly you did.
I was just thinking of something, probably. Hey, I think I see Timothy.
Oh, do you? Look, there he is. Timothy, is Reggie?
I think Matthias just rolls his eyes and walks past the two of you.
Okay.
Hey, where's Reggie?
Get in the van.
And so closes another chapter of
Oh my
god!
What a line to close on. Damn.
Ooh, thank you for that, Seth. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you for listening. I'd like to give a shout out to my friend and storyteller, Jess Golden, without whom I never would have fallen in love with Vampire or had the confidence to run this chronicle, and for whom I dedicate Seo Jun's son, because his inclusion was partially inspired by her DBD husband, and she'll know what that means. Who's are we doing another weird power trip? Who's plugging first tonight?
Me.
I'll
Follow me
decide.
on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's Rose at Rachel Kordell.
Overruled.
For my personal social medias.
As I was going to say, good job, Rachel. Anyway, Jonas.
Nothing.
So in sync.
Oh, thank you, Plugmaster, for this gracious gift.
You're welcome.
Tintenseher,
No plug,
itch.io,
Lord.
YouTube, Linktree. Thanks, check me out.
Plug Prince.
And now Casey, and might I add, can we change my name from Plugmaster?
Plug it in, master.
Master of the plug.
No,
Okay.
you did this to yourself.
Who will you plug next, Plug Master?
I'll plug Casey.
Oh my.
Oh boy. There it is.
No one tell Caitlin.
He looked real good.
She listens to the show.
Oh, no.
Casey, you have something to plug?
No, not really.
Oh.
All of that and nothing.
Incredible.
Anyway, that was nothing, Casey. Andrew.
Oh, I feel rightfully
And I'll never
plugged.
know.
I'll
You'll
be
never
plugged and ready to
know, 'cause
blow.
we were so smooth and clean.
Such smooth. Very wow.
Pop to Sky.
I think it'd be Plug to Sky.
Are you passing the Plugmaster's plug to Sky?
We're enjoying the
I
plug
don't think I'm
together.
ready for the plug yet, Plug
It's a
Master.
bit of plug
I
sharing,
think I
if you
must
will.
train myself more.
Little
I've
plug
attempted
sharing.
to plug in the
I'm
past and it's
done.
not gone well.
What the
That's why I
fuck,
leave in the
if you
hands of
will?
more capable plugged folk.
Anywho, this was all bleeped. Do you ever hear voices in your head? Do they whisper secrets and other sort of tales to you? Well, that might just be your own thoughts on this podcast. So why don't you just write them on down on a website where you can leave a review?
I thought you meant we were the voices in
We're
their
the voice
head.
in
that'd
your
be
head
fun.
telling you to write a 5-star review for this here Thou Not podcast.
Why did we go Western with it?
I don't really know.
There's here
my child. I
there's
just
reviews
sorta-
in them there podcasting review sites.
There's reviews up in them there
He says,
podcasts, and they're all the 5
Good morning.
stars.
Good night.
Good morning.
Good night.
Good morning.
Kisses.
Good morning, everyone.